Hi there, I am the CRM Ninja, and on today's episode of the Oops Factor, I have the wonderful Mike Roth. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
Lovely to have you on. We've chatted frequently, not videoed beforehand, not to the best of my knowledge, but yeah, it's good to
This
have you
is
on the show.
totally first-time experience, totally live, not scripted whatsoever.
It's the most fun way of doing things.
Exactly, the most frightening, fun way of doing things. Yes, absolutely.
And besides, everything just stays recorded. It's not live, admittedly. Live would be a different challenge.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you're right. It's not live. It's totally
It
recorded
is
and
not.
totally edited and scripted.
Well, it's recorded. As people know, I record this in advance, but it's not really edited, and it's definitely not scripted.
Okay, that remains to be seen.
Just wait, you'll see. I promise you. I really, don't really edit it at all. You'll see when you hear the playback. Anyhow,
So you can't make me look cool or anything.
well, you already look really cool. I mean, I can't grow a bit as good as yours. So.
Oh, well, I'm not sure if that demands coolness, but okay, let's keep it for that moment.
Definitely. So people may be wondering why I have donuts in my background.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, donuts are awesome. I love donuts, all different types, chocolate or with strawberry or vanilla or custard in there. But these are not regular donuts. And the reason these are not regular donuts is these aren't made of pastry. Can you guess what they're made of?
It looks like they're kind of artificial. They look like I don't actually know how to pronounce it. Crocheted or something like that.
Crocheted. Yeah.
Crocheted. That what
They've been
totally what I
crocheted.
meant.
So the reason why I have crochet donuts in my background is I understand one of your hobbies is you enjoy crocheting.
That's true. One of my pandemic hobbies, so to say. I just picked it up during the last couple of months.
So tell us a bit about how you decided to choose to crochet and what sort of things you made.
How did I decide to do that? I don't know. I think I wanted to do something away from the computer and away from the screen because my usual and regular hobbies pretty much involve the screen and the laptop. And if you work from home all day and then you have your hobbies at the screen and your desk, you need something different. And that is kind of a smoothing hobby that brings you down. Yeah. And the things I've made already are countless tries. I dismissed them after I said, but now I'm on my first real project and I'm crocheting a Ninja Turtle, and this is Raphael. It's just missing his arms now, but yeah, I'm getting there. And after that first project, I need to do 3 more because all of my kids said I want one too. So that will keep me busy, I guess.
I can't wait to see the finished product.
Yeah, me too.
And of course, if it's a Ninja Turtle, you have to have all 4 of them.
Yeah, I guess so.
Come on, you can't just have to have one.
No, that's true. I need all 4 of them. But the point is, if you're crocheting like circles or balls or anything, you start with something that is called the magic ring. And I think that is the most complicated part of crocheting at all, like the start of it. And that's why I dismissed countless projects by I always screw up the magic ring, so to say. And this one is just made of rounds and circles and stuff. And it's kind of annoying, but also thrilling. So
We all start from somewhere, regardless of whether it's crocheting, or it's a different type of thing. We can start off simple and we gain skills. I mean, this is what we do in the tech world, right? We start off with some skills and we build on them. And we can look back 6 months, 12 months down the line, projects we've done, and we think, I would do it so differently now. It's the same with most things in life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always say, you have to be brave to suck at something new. Because
Very true.
For the first time you do anything, almost whatever you do, you will suck. But that's okay. Yeah. Just as you said, you gain knowledge and experience and you get better. And looking back, it's like a cringy moment. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to get a shelf to put all your crocheted items on to show them off on camera.
I haven't thought about it. Yeah, I need a shelf. A turtle on a shelf.
Need a shelf. Need a shelf. Definitely. And we'll see the collection grow over time.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, definitely. Oh, you
There's
will.
no
Yes.
pressure I'm putting on you at all. I mean, you're making this choice entirely of your own volition.
Absolutely. And now you're suggesting me getting a shelf. That means I need just more than one project and do some renovation and remodeling in my flat. So no pressure. Absolutely.
No pressure. None at all. So, from crocheting to the oops factor, what do you have to share with us today?
The oops factor. I was thinking about it, and I'm not really sure if I had like this one moment where I thought, oops, like I fucked up at something in the productive environment or something like that in the tech world. But then I thought that maybe I have constant oops factors in my career on and on and on and on and on.
Okay.
And that is because, as you know, I'm working as an IT consultant, M365,
Yeah.
but I don't have any IT background at all. I'm a
Ah,
trained pedagogue and an historian. So,
hold on.
yeah,
You're a trained historian.
yes, like
What
from
type of history, or just generic?
ancient history, actually.
So
Um,
Romans, Greeks, that sort of thing.
yes, yes. Alexander the Great was one of my topics where I majored in, and this other guy called Hannibal.
Ah, he had this elephant, pet elephant or something. Yeah, he decided to take it for a walk one day and walk several thousand miles.
Yeah, one or two elephants. Yes, exactly. And it did great. Great success.
It was a very great success. So, how does somebody who studied history, who is a historian, come to work in technology? What made you decide to switch over?
Well, I realized back at the university that you can work as a historian, but you don't will get any jobs or get any money. So that wasn't a suitable career choice. So my second thing that I studied at university was educational science, and from
Okay.
there I ended up in something that's called educational consulting or something like that, where you
Ooh.
consult companies in an education from an educational point of view. So revolving around people, so to say.
Okay.
And at one time, I ended up in an IT project, uh, needing to describe users what the IT department is actually doing. So I need to translate between the IT and the business. And
So IT were being sort of traditional IT and using IT terms and not really telling anybody in business terms, and the business didn't
exactly.
understand them, and you were the man in the middle.
Yes, I was the translator, so to say. That was some information classification project, and the IT needed to assess all of the data the users are having and storing wherever. And the IT had a really hard time to explain the user what kind of data they were looking for. But the
Okay.
answer was easy, all of them. But they had some struggles. I don't know why. So that's where I started in IT actually. Back then with huge Excel spreadsheets, stuff like that. And yeah, now I'm suddenly in business applications and I'm building Canvas apps.
So no qualifications. You've essentially just stumbled into it, thought it looked interesting, gone into it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
And I think as I was thinking about the oops factor is back in 2019, I had my first session at the first community event ever. And that was when my boss came in and he said, okay, we are sponsoring the SharePoint Saturday in Cologne. Who wants to give a session? We have a slot for free. And everybody was pointing at me. I was like, well, okay then. Don't have any problems with talking to people. And yeah, why not? But I had no idea what community work is, what community events are, what a session would be like. Yeah, so no idea. And then I talked to a few people from the community actually, and they told me it's about the education and about and you I know how to educate, how to explain things. And the other thing is it's about fun. It's not you have to learn something, but it's okay to laugh someday. So my first session was entirely made out of memes and gifs.
You had a presentation. Tell me you did a presentation, PowerPoint presentation with memes and gifs throughout.
Yes.
Awesome. I
And
love that.
it was all in front of a black background, and the first slide was I said presented in dark mode for your convenience, because it's like, hey, it's an IT joke, so maybe people will get it. They got it, but the point was because we were our company were like they were sponsors. My boss wanted to see the presentation beforehand, so my boss and a couple of other guys from management, and yeah, I was pretty nervous actually, because first session for like the community and no idea what to do and what to say. So I gave them a presentation. It was what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes usual time, and they were all sitting there, like 5 people in like suits, ties, and I was firing up the session with Star Wars and Star Trek gifs and jokes and stuff like that, and they were speechless. I was like, Michael, is it supposed to be a joke? I said, yes, it is. But they told me they couldn't figure out what it's all about, because they were like busy with understanding all those things from the internet they've never seen before. And yeah, they that really pretty much crushed my self-confidence. But the
Can
session went
imagine.
really, yeah. But they said, you can't do this on stage. I said, we will see about that. I did, and it worked well. Yeah, and I think that was a pretty important point actually in my career. There was a point where I decided not to play the classic consulting game anymore, like suits and ties and like this serious, yeah, being serious all the time. And that was interesting, and that put me in different settings now, where I would say, oops, don't know, that was a clever decision, but yeah, because with a beard and with like painted fingernails and stuff like that and tattoos, every time I give a presentation in front of customers, at least my boss now knows what is about to happen, and that I'm not the serious guy, and that I make fun, and that I screw up things. But apparently people like that and think that's human or something.
It's about human. But there are quite a few people with tattoos in the community, some of whom you would never guess had tattoos.
Exactly.
I'm not thinking of Chris Huntingford at this point. He very evidently has tattoos.
Yes.
Um, I remember being at drinks at a community event. It wasn't an official community event. We just decided to meet up for drinks, and was meeting somebody for the first time. I'm very, very careful how I phrase this. And we're talking about people, and they went, "Oh yeah, I've got something," and I'm like, "Really?" And they sort of untucked their t-shirt or shirt, whatever it was, and pulled it up to show that they had an entire side, like going back down the whole side of the rib cage. It was a very artistic one, and it didn't surprise me afterwards as I got to know them, but it was in the middle of the bar. They were very relaxed about it. I'm like, yeah, sure, let me show you mine. Like, okay,
Let's take it off.
yeah. They said, well,
That's cool.
come all the way off. A lot of people with tattoos. So tattoos seems to be quite common in the community.
In the community, yes, but in the business, you rather see them.
Yes, business world, perhaps not. Yes, that is true.
See, and that's where I always think when somebody's introducing me at a business presentation, like my boss or something, and now we have our expert on Power Apps, and I think, oh, he's talking about me. And I'm like, I don't really know. So yeah, so what you see right now, like a Scottish Summit shirt and stuff like that, is my business outfit, so to say. I refuse to play that role with shirts and ties anymore.
Look, been working remote for over a year now with the pandemic and such. I wear t-shirts. I wear IT t-shirts. So when I'm on calls,
That's
clients
important.
want to see. Yeah, and they're not my IT t-shirts. I mean, they are mine. They belong to me. But I've got them at exhibitions, so they have like interesting slogans or images or like IT style jokes. So my clients sometimes wonder what it's about. I have to explain it, and other times they get it and think it's hilarious. But yeah, I do that. And even when we go back to in person, occasionally I'll wear a suit or something. But again, this is who I am. This is who you are.
Exactly, yeah. And now as I'm thinking about it, that always when I dress up in the former times, like with the suit and with a three-piece suit and stuff like that, I don't want to say I was putting on armor or like a costume or something, but you put something on to get into a role. And that was like the consulting Michael, and there's a private Michael. And now I just figured out that there's something in the middle, and that works even better. Yeah, but quite often, if I have to talk to real IT people, I'm thinking, oh, oops factor, from now on for the next 20 minutes. But I had
Definitely.
this very funny moment actually. I'm working now with a classic developer, pretty close on Power Automate stuff, and
Okay.
he was trying to explain something to me, and I didn't get it at all. And then at one point, I could put my finger on what I didn't understand, and he was like, I don't know what an array is. Can you please narrow it down?" And he was like, "How come you don't know what an array is?" So, well,
You're not an IT person
I'm
background.
not an IT person. And it took him a while. And it was, that explains a lot. And in the call afterwards, there were different IT people, and hey, guys, I need to tell you something. Michael does not know what an array is, but he said that. Do you
With a smile.
understand? Do you understand where he's getting from, and how he looks at things? And that was a real aha moment for everybody of us actually, because when I tend to like explain my solution, they were like, "Why would you do that? That's not how you code." I said, "Yeah, because I don't know how to code."
Yeah. You're
And
coming
that,
from a
yeah,
very, very different background.
exactly. But that brought us together so close now, and that makes it even easier for me, like to talk to different IT people, because I can say, "Yeah, I have no idea about IT, but yet I build apps and they work, and most of them are fun actually."
Very true. Very true. Well, what I can say is, Michael, is that I look forward to seeing your next presentation because I want to see what memes and GIFs you're going to use in it.
Okay, let's see. I'm not really sure what my next session
No
will
pressure
actually
here,
be.
of course. No pressure.
Of course not. Of course not. But I think at the beginning of the year, gave my first session about Power Apps actually, and I think the next one will be about Power Apps as well. Hopefully, we will see, or maybe.
Keep me in the loop about it.
Absolutely, I will. I will.
Wonderful.
Right now, I'm focusing on blogs and stuff, but yeah, sessions will have to
Sounds
come.
good. Well, Michael, once again, thank you so much for your time in coming on the show. Viewers,
Every time.
we hope pleasure. Viewers, we hope that you've enjoyed it and that you also are looking forward to seeing Michael's next presentation with memes and gifs, purely memes and gifs. Again, no pressure on Michael here. Feel free to check out the rest of the Oops Factor playlist, subscribe to the channel, and take a look at the blog. And if you would like to come on and share your own story, hit the link in the description, fill in your details, and I'll reach out to get you on the show. But above all, have a wonderful day.